The flood changed everything overnight. Water covered roads, yards, and docks. Residents wanted answers. And someone wanted a person to blame. Like everyone else, I spent the morning checking damage. The flood had hit the entire area. Fences were damaged. Several docks needed repairs. Residents gathered to discuss what happened. Rumors spread quickly. People wanted explanations. Unfortunately, some people wanted shortcuts. By afternoon, Jennifer Blake arrived. She carried a stack of documents, and she seemed unusually confident, almost like she already had a target. Without hesitation, Jennifer blamed me. She claimed my property caused a flood. The accusation shocked everyone, including me. I asked her to explain her claim. She pointed toward a nearby river channel. Then she insisted I controlled it. That wasn't true. The next surprise came quickly. Jennifer announced the HOA planned legal action. The demand was enormous, far larger than anyone expected. The lawsuit demanded $2.8 million. According to the filing, I was responsible for flood. The claim sounded serious. The evidence did not. Instead of arguing, I contacted experts. Flood claims require facts. Facts require records. And records tell stories. The following morning, a county engineer arrived. David Turner had spent decades studying waterways. If anyone knew the truth, it was him. And Jennifer wasn't going to like his findings. David started by reviewing decades of flood records. The river had a long history. Major floods occurred every few years. None of them had anything to do with my property. The county records painted a clear picture. Flood patterns had been documented for decades. The affected neighborhoods were built in known flood-prone areas. That fact surprised many residents. Jennifer insisted the flood must have been caused by nearby landowners. David calmly asked for evidence. She pointed toward my property, but pointing wasn't proof. The investigation expanded beyond the river itself. David inspected drainage channels and flood control systems. Every structure was examined. Every measurement was recorded. As we reviewed the maps, something important became obvious. The river wasn't privately owned. It was managed through public and regional authorities. I had no control over it. Never had. The ownership records confirmed everything. The river was under regional management. Maintenance decisions came from public agencies, not from neighboring property owners. As residents learned more, questions increased. Many had never seen the flood reports before. Others were surprised by the documented flood history. The story was changing quickly. The HOA board called a special meeting. David presented his preliminary findings. The evidence was detailed, and it wasn't helping Jennifer's argument. Board members wanted specifics. They asked where the evidence against me was located. Jennifer struggled to provide clear answers. The room became noticeably uncomfortable. The engineering team then reviewed rainfall data. The storm had been unusually severe. Water levels reached historic highs. The flood had regional causes. The data revealed the full picture. The flooding affected multiple communities. The river system was overwhelmed. No single landowner caused it. The audience listened carefully. Several residents exchanged surprised looks. The evidence contradicted many rumors. Facts were replacing assumptions. David completed his presentation. Every conclusion was supported by records. Every finding matched the available evidence. The investigation was nearly finished. Jennifer carefully read the final report. The conclusions were unmistakable. The evidence didn't support the lawsuit, and everyone in the room knew it. As the sun set over the river, the truth was finally clear. The flood had many causes, but I wasn't one of them, and the lawsuit's biggest problems were still ahead. The morning after the report was released, the HOA board met again. This time, the discussion focused on the lawsuit. Several members were visibly frustrated. They wanted to know why the HOA had moved forward without stronger evidence. Jennifer tried explaining her reasoning. She insisted she acted in the community's best interest, but the engineering findings had changed everything. Board members were no longer convinced. Independent legal advisors reviewed the flood investigation. Their conclusion matched the engineering report. The lawsuit faced serious challenges, and everyone in the room knew it. News spread throughout the neighborhood. Residents wanted transparency. Many questioned how the lawsuit had been approved. Others simply wanted the dispute resolved. That evening, a public community meeting was held. The room was packed. Residents reviewed the flood findings for themselves. The evidence was difficult to dispute. I explained the timeline from beginning to end. The river records, engineering data, and flood reports all agreed. No evidence connected my property to the flooding. The facts were remarkably consistent.